Good morning, everybody. Today, we're going to review race again. Last week, we looked at the RAC, and today is Monday, May the 11th. We're going to look at the E in race. Let's review race in general. R stands for restate. That means to turn the question or prompt into a statement. Use the words from the question or prompt to begin your answer. In this situation, I showed you how there are question words. The question words, some of those words are who, why, where, and when, and how. You find the question word, you get rid of it, and then the remaining words, you can use those to make your statement. Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to review race, and then we're going to do some practice with race. We use the race strategy when we need to answer an open-ended question. R, restate. A, answer. C, cite evidence. And E, explain. Let's go over the R, A, and C. R is restate. That's when you turn the question or prompt into a statement. You're going to use the words from the question or prompt to begin your answer. Remember, I gave you some words to help you to identify the question words. Those words were words such as who, what, when, where, why, and how. Also should, could, and would. In other words, other to be verbs are like is and are. Those words can make a sentence into a question. We want to get rid of those words and then use the remaining words to make our question into a statement and begin your answer. A means your answer. That's basically based upon the question, what did you come up with? What is your conclusion? Answer the question or prompt. Sometimes this is an inference, and sometimes it's stated directly in the text. An inference means you got to take the information from the text, look at what the author is saying, and come up with your own answer. So you got to take the information from the text and guess about what the answer is. And sometimes the answer is just right there in the text, so you can find it. C is cite evidence. This is citing evidence from the text that supports your answer. That means you get information right from the text. So you're going to use the following sentence starters. The author states, for example, for instance. You must use these sentence starters. The article points out that in paragraph number, you actually get the number, like number 3, it says this. The text states, you must use these. If you do not use these, then the person that's grading your paper does not know that you're citing information from the text. So you must use those, okay? Now, let's go and look at the next part. We can also look at according to, and you're going to give the title of the text or book. On page maybe 10, it says. So once again, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 examples of sentence starters. Pick 1 or 2. I usually pick like 2 and I use them. I oftentimes use for example or for instance, and then I also use in paragraph or on page. All right, so pick a couple of them and make sure you practice using them. All right? Now, E, explain. In your own words, explain how the evidence supports your answer. So that means you cannot paraphrase. You want to paraphrase. You cannot just write down the words that the author has to say. Okay? You cannot do that. And that also goes for the answer. So it says here, answer the prompt answer the question or prompt. Here they're not looking for you to always give a direct statement. There might be a sentence or a line that gives you the answer, but if the question means you may have to do an inference, when you do an inference, that means it's going to be in your own words. Okay? So a lot of answers are inference answers, and then you have to give your own words for the answer. When you cite in the text, you can cite directly from the text, but you must explain it in your own words. So use the following sentence starters. So let's go through what those are. And once again, you must say these. You must use these to explain. Pick, like I said before, pick at least two and use those interchangeably. That means at one time you might use as a result. Another time you might want to use this shows that. So in your own words, explains how the evidence supports your answer. So you want to begin this section with as a result. This shows that. This shows, therefore, this is because, for this reason, the evidence suggests, or the evidence shows. This can be concluded that. It is apparent that. So if you don't know what apparent means, if you don't understand by concluded, then please just use these. As a result, this shows that. This shows. This is because, or for this reason. I am more than sure that these few at the top will be very helpful for you. Now, when it comes to using a direct quote, use quotation marks around it. Indirect quotes are like paraphrases. You don't have to have quotation marks. Please make sure you understand these points when you're looking at race. This is the information regarding to race. Now that we have gone over this, we're going to go to the next part of our activity for today. Thank you.